my review for Doctor Sleep has finally came. Um, because I 3 years ago, a couple years ago, I did a review for the original, um, The Shining. That was the original movie, and I had knew 3 years ago that this was a sequel, but I just never did a review for this movie. So I recently watched this this movie, and I honestly think it was a good movie. Um I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was a good sequel. Honestly, I really did enjoy it. But before we get into the review, like, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. So this movie, I put it off, like I said, for a couple years. I had seen The Shining, and then I did my review for it, 2023. But I never reacted to the sequel, Doctor Sleep, right away. And when I watched it, I think it was, what, 2 weeks ago, because last week I was supposed to do a whole bunch of other reviews and watch a whole bunch of other movies, but I just was not able to the whole week, pretty much. That's why I only uploaded like twice, and it was just some random music videos, just random songs that I found. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And but like, I was supposed to watch more like other horror movies, and do more reviews, and this video that I'm doing right now with the Doctor Sleep review was one of them. And that's why I'm gonna end up watching all the other horror movies that I was supposed to watch last week. I'm gonna do a review for those too, but I'm probably not gonna be as consistent as I was 2 weeks ago, unfortunately. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to upload my other horror movie reviews. But Doctor Sleep, I enjoyed this movie, man. Like, the characters, um, this was just such a fun movie. Like, and the thing is too is, like, Danny, he's all grown up now, and just seeing his character from when he was a kid all the way till now, right? It was just such a good thing to see, and he was just a fun character. I felt like he had a lot of good dialogue in this movie, and just him just, like, kind of like being paranoid, and just like seeing these visions. And we end up getting introduced to these people, right, that are like in this you know this Shining cult, right? They're just trying to, like, they kind of expanded more on the whole Shining lore, which I appreciate. That it wasn't like anything too crazy, but like, it was enough for me to, like, okay, I like this. Pretty much, yeah. It's like anyone who has like the freaking, anyone who's pretty much, from what I understood at least, like, the anyone who has like the good Shining in them, that's who they target, and that's who they feast on. And that's pretty much what they were doing in this movie. And they have, like, they're pretty much already like dead, and they have the evil Shining in them, and they have to the only way for them to be stronger and survive, pretty much, is if they feast on the people who have the good Shining in them. And yeah, pretty much, like, that's what they were doing, and I thought that was just cool. And some of the kills in this movie were, very brutal. I love the music and the cinematography. Um, and yeah, there was a lot of, the black guy from the original Shining movie. I don't remember his name. I don't, like, honestly, but I think his name was, I don't know what his name. I don't I don't remember. But yeah, I know that it's not the same person, but I just like seeing it's pretty much the same character. And yeah, I liked seeing him in this. And like, they kind of like, he basically, like, gave some tips on how to, like, defeat them. And I just thought that was cool. That there's this girl this little girl who had like these, I don't even know, she had some like kind of like some like weird powers to like be able to see what these people were gonna do, like they're who they were gonna target next and whatnot. And she was able to see everything, and it's like it was just crazy because like towards the end, like she she like defeats them, I guess, but like, and she like sends, she sends her back. There's a girl right here with the hat. She sends her back and to where she was, and it's like, I don't know, it kind of just left off. It felt like almost like a cliffhanger, because like, the little girl kind of just like sent her back. Then she was, kind of like telling her other cult members, hey, she could see what we're doing is, we gotta stop her or something, and that was pretty much what that little girl and Daniel were like trying to do. But it felt like it almost ended off on a cliffhanger. So like if they wanted to do a part 3, they could. So I don't know. I thought that was cool, and just I also just I don't know. I just felt like this movie was just a lot of fun. Like it just felt like it didn't feel like it couldn't be a sequel. All these years later, it actually does feel like, man, this is actually a sequel that I buy into being a sequel. So I like that about this movie, because sometimes like you see some of these like horror movies and they make these sequels so many years later, or like they do another movie and it's supposed to be like based on the modern time, and it's just like, I don't know, it just feels trash. It just feels dumb. But this movie, I don't know, I just, for some reason, it just felt like a good sequel to the original. Like everything about it, just everything I explained, it was just an entertaining movie, and I also just think that this movie, like, it just had a lot of like it kind of felt like a modern horror movie, but it kind of had that old Shining and just old horror movie feel to it. I don't know. It just I don't know. I just like that about it. And so yeah, this movie, Doctor Sleep, the sequel to the original Shining, was a great movie in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much my review for it. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to do my other horror movie review tomorrow, and that's pretty much gonna be my last one, because I still have to watch the other horror movies that I'm gonna review. Yeah, I'm pretty much on a horror movie binge now. I'm back with the horror movies, honestly, because wrestling has just been so trash. Like, the only reason I'm a fan of WWE still at this point it's only ever, obviously, honestly, it's only ever been because of certain characters. But I haven't really been talking about WWE at all, just because I don't know, I'm getting tired of it, and honestly, it's just so trash, and I just don't feel like talking about it. So yeah, WWE is just boring. So now I finally found my new, well, not new, but like I finally got back in to what I used to like a lot, and that's the horror movies. So I'm gonna be just watching all these horror movies and trying to do all my reviews for them. And yeah, so hopefully you guys watch those videos too. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.